What I have here is a smartphone with flagship killer specs. This is POCO's newest release, the POCO F8 Pro. We will be bringing this phone on a tour around my beautiful province of Laguna, testing the battery life, seeing what the camera quality is like, and the overall performance. So come with me on another day in a life phone review featuring the POCO F8 Pro. POCO did sponsor this video, but they have zero control over my thoughts and opinions about their product. So we start the day around 5:30 AM, where I charge the phone to 99% before leaving the house. So I'll be using this phone to navigate to the places I'm heading to and for some Spotify as well. It looks like the phone comes with a screen protector too, although do forgive my slimy fingertips. Alright, let's have our first impression of the phone. First of all, I love that you can have this animated wallpaper effect. Boom! I don't think I have that on the iPhone. Also, let's talk about the build of the phone. It only has 3 buttons. Lock button, which you can customize to a camera or whatever you want it to be, depending on how many clicks you do. Up and down button. You can see the antenna lines over there. There are no buttons on the other side. You have your USB-C port and your SIM tray. Those 3 circles are the camera and this one's just a flash. Boom, you see? And it's powered by Bose, apparently. Actually, let's find out about that Bose thing. Let's play some music. Let's go get some gas. On my own, here we go. At around 8 AM, we arrived, or I arrived, at the historic town of Pagsanhan to grab some breakfast and to try out the camera. Starting with the 20 megapixel selfie camera. It takes great photos in places with sufficient lighting, and the clarity reminded me that I forgot to shave that day. The portrait mode also gives amazing results, producing bokeh shots, although I don't really know how to pose for selfies. Here are quick samples of the rear camera shots, and you can even take a photo of a receipt and make it look like a scanned document. Yet again, excuse my fingers. While we head on to our next destination, let's talk about what comes in the box when you buy this thing. Opening it up, you get a SIM ejector tool and a USB-A to USB-C cable with orange accents, some papers, and this efficiency rating sticker thing, a rubber case which is not one of the transparent ones that turn yellow, thankfully, and the phone itself. It comes in 3 colors too. I don't know why they sent the blue one, but it's not bad. It has dual SIM without expandable storage, and activating the eSIM will deactivate your SIM too. Alright, now we have arrived at our first destination, Mabitak, where we will be checking out this old stone church. Luckily, the rain stopped, so we were able to get some great footage. I didn't realize this were in 1080p, but I was able to correct that later on. The selfie video can only shoot up to 1080p at 30 or 60 FPS. It has great contrast, but the sky was a bit overblown, which I'll try to explain later on why that is. The selfie shots were a bit washed out too, because apparently I have the beauty filter on, which you can easily remove in the camera app. While we head on to the next location, here's a full spec sheet of the camera. Yes, it can go up to 8K at 30 FPS, which I used once since, let's be honest, who here has 8K screens? Also, take a look at the weirdest bridge I've seen in this country. Thankfully, the optical image stabilization can keep up with the Philippine roads. Here are some more sample clips of the old stone churches that I passed through along the way. In 1080p, which looks great, in 4K, which is absolutely marvelous, and in glorious 8K. Photos are amazing as well with good contrast and color. Here's what an image looks like in 0.6, then the 1x, 2x, 2.5x, then the 5x. Using the 5x will make it difficult to focus on the subject, and so will the 30x option, but it's there if you need it. Alright, now it's time to head to the place that I really came to see, the old church of Paete. But before we do, let's talk about what's powering this beast. The POCO F8 Pro utilizes a flagship level performance chipset, specifically the Snapdragon 8 Elite. So, can it play games smoothly? With the Adreno 830 GPU, the answer is absolutely yes. You'll have no problems with playing games like Genshin Impact or PUBG. It's also running on Android 16 HyperOS 3, although I don't know up to what Android updates they will support in the future. The fingerprint scanner is pretty responsive as well. The AMOLED screen is also 120Hz, and with 3500 nits of peak brightness, you'll be able to see what's happening on the screen even under bright sunlight. It has a glass front and an aluminum frame, and here's the phone spec sheet for us nerds. Back to the church, somehow the front camera here does not have overblown skies anymore. I think it just depends on where the camera is focusing. Taking this indoors with minimal lighting, there is some noise and grain which is normal for even professional cameras. The photos look amazing as well, and what's even more surprising is that it still has 68% battery despite the non-stop filming. Meanwhile, my iPhone 16 Pro needed a charge 2 hours ago. I leave these locations pretty fast because there's a massive storm coming and I have to head home as soon as possible so I don't get stranded somewhere. Thank God I didn't. I had a quick lunch somewhere and basked in the beauty of this phone. I'm not a huge fan of the teal color, but I got used to it pretty fast. I prefer using the phone without a case since I can appreciate the premium build better, but that's how I destroyed my old Samsung phone, so I learned my lesson. I didn't realize that the case is a bit of a fingerprint magnet too. Anyway, I brought this thing to see more old churches and towns, just to gather more results for the camera and the battery test. And let me tell you, I'm impressed with the overall quality. The front camera had varying results when it comes to videos, but I don't think anyone will be using that as a main camera for shooting videos anyway. As I said, the rear camera is amazing, but the real test would be nighttime clips, which we will see later on. We're done shooting and we still have 54% battery left, man. So far the battery is doing great. I took a quick rest while Al scrolled through Instagram.
So beautiful, look at that.
Before I brought this to the gym for some nighttime shots. But I fell asleep. I was pretty tired and I woke up with the phone giving me warnings about the upcoming storm and flood advisory, so I went to get a massage instead. And here's where we can see the results at night. The rear camera videos are still clear, although the stabilization takes a hit. Or perhaps it's because of the way I walk, I don't know. Luckily there's no rolling shutter either or the jello effect. Regarding the selfie videos, it struggles to show details on highly illuminated subjects, making it overblown, although the photos still look amazing. The rear camera is still impressive under low light, just don't expect much from videos with the front camera. Finally, I ended the day at around 11:11 with the phone still having 26% battery left. That's crazy. What's even crazier is that I woke up the next morning and it still has 22% battery. In my honest experience, this phone can last up to 3 days with just your normal scrolling through social media and watching YouTube. Most flagship phones can last up to a day if you're lucky, and believe me, I used a few already. So let's get to the conclusion. Is this phone worth buying? It has fast performance, the camera is great if you can get past the front camera videos. It also has a pro mode which looks like this, and this is what the raw audio coming from the internal microphone sounds like. It looks amazing, it feels premium, and the base customization is great already, along with the color-coded app drawer option. And since it's an Android, you can customize it to your heart's desire. And so far, I have no overheating issues when using this phone. Even though I live in a tropical country, it can get pretty bright outdoors and the battery life is great, so I think you have your answer. I'll post the final price in the comment section since I don't think there's a definite price yet. And thank you for watching, and thank you, POCO.